I wasn't really on social media yesterday, so imagine my surprise when I'm flipping through League Pass. I settle on Celtics Bucks because I figure that's going to be the best game of the night. And I flip it on to see Giannis playing. There was no indications that this was coming. Usually with an injury, especially with superstars, you see reports along the way. Like, look at Jason Tatum. There's been reports that he's playing 2-on-2, 3-on-3. He goes to the G League. He practices with that team. You know, now there's reports that he's live scrimmaging. Like, you get progress reports along the way. You learn of ramp-up periods and all that kind of stuff. We had none of that with Giannis. Doc Rivers was vague every time that he was asked about it. Doc was pretty vague about it. And personally, I looked at it and I was like, well, he's probably just going to sit the year out. I mean, the Bucks really have nothing to play for. So I was pretty surprised when he played last night. He finished with 19 points, 11 rebounds. He only shot 38%. Watching it, he looked like himself. You know, I didn't think that he looked hurt. He didn't seem to be laboring out there at all. Everything he got was a dunk, a layup, or a free throw, though. I don't think he made a jump shot. And Giannis has never been a jump shooter, but he has developed a really nice low post game. He's developed kind of a Kevin Garnett-esque turnaround fadeaway from the block, and he had a couple good looks at that yesterday where he had Hugo Gonzalez on him, who's a good defender, but is simply just not big enough. And he would kind of drop that left shoulder into him, spin away, get a good look at a little 12-foot fadeaway. And he missed, I think, 3 of those last night. So the timing wasn't there on the jump shot. I'm not sure if that's a conditioning thing, a timing thing, a feel for the game thing. Not really sure, but there is a really interesting conspiracy theory going around where Giannis finished with 19 points. Kalshi, the company that he is an investor in, they had his over-under set at 19.5 points. Most people bet the over. Giannis missed his last 7 shots. I personally don't believe in this conspiracy theory. But that is the big problem with being in bed with these gambling companies, is when things like that happen, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. People are going to speculate. It is a terrible look for the NBA. It's a terrible look for Giannis. But as far as Giannis goes, the rest of this season is going to be really interesting. He already, you know, he's already disqualified from any All-NBA or any of that kind of stuff. He's missed too many games. But the Bucks, they have a little bit to play for here. They're 3.5 games back of the Charlotte Hornets for the 10 seed. I don't think they're going to catch them. I think the Charlotte Hornets are going to finish with 43 or 44 wins. The Atlanta Hawks might be an easier team to catch. I do think the Hornets are going to pass them in the standings pretty soon here. But the Hawks have been playing really well since they traded for Jonathan Kuminga. So there's a chance that to make the play-in in the East this year, you're going to need 42 or 43 wins. And that's going to be really hard for the Milwaukee Bucks to do with how many games Giannis has missed and how far behind the 8 ball they are. So the rest of this season, it might just be about, you know, Giannis getting his legs back under him, making it a tryout. I'm sure we're going to go through the whole Giannis soap opera again with trade rumors and speculation this offseason. That shit's gotten really annoying. But as a basketball fan, it was good to see Giannis back out there last night because at worst, he is the 3rd best player in the NBA, and the game is always better when the best players are playing. So I was pleasantly surprised to see him back out there. I thought he looked all right. He's still got to get his legs under him, got to get his timing down, but it really highlighted how bad this Milwaukee Bucks team is. Cam Thomas had, 2 good games with the Milwaukee Bucks when he first got there. He's been trash lately. It's been like 7 points a game his last 5 or something like that. I saw a stat that he hasn't gotten a steal since like the 21-22 season, which is absolutely insane. Kyle Kuzma got a DMP last night. I've said for years now that guy, if you want to win games, don't play Kyle Kuzma. He's not a serious basketball player. Miles Turner hasn't been what they thought he would be. Ryan Rollins, after a hot start, he's fallen off. Kevin Porter Jr. is a woman-beating piece of shit, but he's actually a decent basketball player. It's just not a good team in Milwaukee. So interesting to see what Giannis does going forward this season. Does he give it a real go? Do they really try to make a play-in run? Or is he just trying to get his legs under him and, you know, put some tape out there to show teams this offseason, hey, I'm healthy, these injuries are behind me, cough up some draft picks, let's get me on a different team. So let me know in the comments what you thought about Giannis's return last night, and what do you think is going to happen with the Bucks? Is there any chance they can catch the Hornets or the Hawks for the final play-in spot?